So it's kind of warming up. Looks like everything's loading. Doesn't tell me how many viewers though. I don't like that. It's the only thing I don't like about it. Anyway, we're here a few minutes early as usual. Let things kind of start working out. If you're watching, please let me know, because my viewer thing isn't working. Either that or it is working, and that would be a bad thing if it's working. I guess audio's working. Hello, 1, 2, 3. That looks like it's working. Cage is wound up tight. Hi, Shirley. I guess we're okay today. It's been one of those cow days. We were out dealing with cows most of the day, huh?
Yep.
In fact, Cage got his first cow kiss. We got a video too. We caught it, and so we'll be putting that. Is that the one you're working on? Is it? So Darla's working on that. Hi, David. Good evening. Glad you're with us. Looks like we got 2 people. Yeah, so it's been a busy day. We were driving to go check some cows, and the cow was running down the road. It wasn't our cow; it was someone else's cow. And then I got a call from my brother. He's in Little Rock. They're at they have show calves that they show. Anyway, he called me and he said neighbor across the street said he thought that some of the cows were out. So I went across the street and looked at the cows. They weren't our cows. So I called my brother back and told him, they're not our cows. So he called the neighbor, and the neighbor came looking, wanted to know where they were at. And they were his, so that kind of took care of that. Hey, Charlie Porch is here. Good to see you. So, been an active week. See my counter. There's 3 people here, and my counter's saying only 2 viewers. Anyway, yeah, lots been going on. I guess I don't know if you guys have been seeing the videos, but I got my little deal for my computer now. Awesome. I mean, what an awesome deal this has been. It's really, I like to listen to music, and I have a really good set of headphones that I listen to, like when Darla's doing video work and stuff, and I can just sit here and I don't have that hot computer just sitting on me. It gets pretty warm. By the way, I don't know, is it pretty quiet? We don't have any echoes or anything going on, I hope. Nobody's responding. They probably can't understand me because it's echoing. KG. Nobody's responding.
Sounds good.
Does sound good? Good. Anyway, we're up to 3. It says 3 people.
Yeah,
How many is it?
Me and 2 other people.
You and 2
Probably Shirley
okay.
and Charlie Porch.
Hey,
Rhonda.
Hi, Rhonda. Rhonda's here.
She says it sounds great.
Cool.
Good deal. It's a sunny day today.
Yeah, finally. Man, I'll tell you, we did that. Did we put that video out with the rain the other day? That's already out? Man, I'll tell you what, it's actually been scary walking around out here because it's just so wet, and then we're up on a hill, so then when we go to leave in the truck, we back out and we go down into a kind of a low spot, and the truck just kind of, if you let the clutch out, it just sits there for a second or 2.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it starts going. It's like, all right, here we go. So then we've had the farm truck, we've had it in a couple of pretty scary positions.
Going sideways in the mud.
Because my brother, like I said, my brother's been gone, They left Thursday, and so we've been watching the cows and feeding the dogs and checking the chickens and the cats, and we got a calf. Quit tickling me. We got a calf that's motherless, so have to go hand feed her in the morning and at night. So that's always fun. Farm work is always fun, and I have a little irritating little doggy calf down here on the floor nibbling on my toes. I don't know why he likes to do that. See if I can sit here and take it. Maybe he'll stop. I don't think so. So we did that. We've done a couple of videos. I'll tell you, it's just been, the nights have been just crazy with lightning and thunder and, I mean, super, super hard rain. So we
have some friends in Michigan, and they had a terrible winter too. I was talking to Kathy today.
You know what, Cage? I am going to rip one of your eyes out. Anyway, so we kind of decided, as we can't do anything outside. Ow! Quit! Just bit my ankle. We're starting to work on the inside, so I ordered a bunch of stuff.
Shoes.
Huh?
That's why I always wear shoes.
Yeah, but I like to not. The trouble is I have shoes on.
So the next video, we had to take him to the vet, but he feels better.
Yeah, he actually had a tick in his ear, and what was weird is we were talking and we were in bed, and he shook his head and it came out and landed on
my knee,
on her knee, and we got it. But in the meantime, it had kind of infected, and his ear's been kind of laying funny. He's been kind of acting real weird.
I'm not entirely sure there's not still something in there though.
So anyway, took him to the vet, and she checked him out. You know, it's amazing. Is people, you have to make an appointment a month in advance. Boy, she called, and an hour later we were in the office, and they were working on his ear, and it was like $80. And
that's including the prescriptions too.
Yeah, that was medicine,
and they clipped his nails again.
And what was weird is we've tried to clip his nails, and I had him one day, and I had him wrenched so tight that he couldn't move, and I had to let him go because I was afraid he was going to break his leg. And I said, man, I guess we just can't clip his nails. So we went over to this doctor, and man, this farm girl came in there, and she got the hold on him, and I was helping hold. And Teresa's here. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Don Linton. Haven't seen Don in a long time. Howdy, Don.
Hey, Don.
Anyway, boy, she got him, and the nurse the doctor went to put the thing in his ear to look, and he was screaming, and all of a sudden he just realized that it was all over with, and he just broke, huh? Yeah. And they trimmed his nails. And then I said, well, can you give him the medicine to start with in case? And now he's fine. He lets us do anything to him. I don't know.
We haven't tried cutting his nails, but he let us put the medicine in his ear. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't move. He just sits there.
Yeah, he's still, amazing. Because normally,
$80.
Normally he will not let us do anything to him, huh?
Nothing.
So.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible because you need to, especially around here. There's so many things that he can get into or can get into him, and
I think part of the problem is we got him when he was 4 months old. All our other Bostons, we've had them since they were
born, basically.
Pretty much,
except for Mac.
And
Maggie.
And Maggie, they were 9 weeks old. But and I've always clipped their nails. It's just kind of something they grew up knowing it was going to happen, and it didn't bother them.
He lets me give him baths. He'll take he takes a shower with me. And I scrub them all up and rinse them off, and then open the door, and he goes out, and Darla throws a towel over him, and
he goes wild like he's got his butt lit on fire.
Yeah, like like that little tail of his is lit up. But anyway, he's been a bad boy lately.
The vet said she thought it was because He didn't feel good. He feels better. He's still doing the same crap, so I don't know.
Yeah. So,
What?
but he just. We went out to eat, and I mean, usually we can leave him in the truck, and we come out, and it's like he didn't move.
It blew up in there.
I went in there, and man, he got into my little trash box, and it was all over the
Blew up.
floor, and he got into where I have all my like cleaners, the cleaner towels for my glasses, and that was all ripped to shreds, and it's like, what's going on with this guy?
And the
you know?
straws. You'll see the video. The next
Yeah.
one that's coming out.
He steals our straws. We always have like something to drink in the cup holders. Now he steals our straws. Every time we go in to go to eat or something, we come out, our straws are gone. So you got him so late. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We missed you at Quartzsite, Don.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we thought you were coming. So, well, I guess
I
there's
think he
next
thought he
year,
was
right?
Too.
So we got that, and let's see what else. He seems to be doing better. You'll see the video on that. We've been trying to do, because we're not actually on the road, we're not work camping, we're just basically slumming, hanging out, waiting for the weather to change.
Time.
And anyway, so we've been trying to film what we do, what we've been doing, and one of the big priorities around here is just going and looking at beautiful. Just really, it is so phenomenally beautiful here right now. It's just crazy. I mean, and for people that grow up in Tennessee and in Alabama and eastern Texas and Arkansas and stuff, they're like, you know, it's like this every year. But for people that grow up in the Mojave Desert who haven't seen anything green ever, it's a trip. You know, we both grew up in LA area, and I mean the trees you saw there were all planted.
Yeah.
You know, they nothing grew
Not that
there.
they weren't pretty, but it's just
And you go up into the mountains, and half of the trees are
bark beetle.
green, and the rest of them are brown because of the bark beetles and stuff. And you come here, you don't see a brown tree anywhere. If it's a brown, if it's like a stump, like Darla was saying today, it's green because everything just grows up on it. It's just crazy.
Ivy grows up.
Hey, there's Johnny and Tracy, maybe one of you.
RV SWAT. Woohoo!
So
Down in the oil fields.
So if anybody is looking for kind of a cool deal, we saw a cool deal today. There is a 2,200 square foot house.
Yeah, I will. I'll put the link to it because I know some of you have been asking about property in this area. I will put the link to the property.
It's what, 1
In the
3/4
description.
acre,
Yes.
and it's got a double RV garage and a regular garage in the back for $139,000, and you could probably hammer down on that. I mean, I bet you could get the thing. I don't know, if you're a good negotiator, maybe 110 or around there, maybe 115, somewhere in that
But
area.
since some of you have been asking, we
Tracy's
figured,
in bed. It's Johnny.
Hey Johnny, we'll go ahead and put the link to that so you guys can look at
Yeah,
it.
if anyone's interested, you could throw it up here. We are going to put it on Economic Refugees RV.
Group.
It's group, and
Facebook
it's like a half a block out of town, and it's just, there's a lake right by it in the backyard. I mean, just really, it's
very pretty.
yeah. I mean, for us, we didn't want a house because we want to build this goofy thing we've been talking about for 25 years.
Yes.
And so that's our plan. We went looking at getting, just covers and stuff for this motorhome, and I'm thinking by the time I get
Metal
done doing all
covers.
that stuff, it'd be better to just invest that money into the actual building. So instead of spending $6,000 or $7,000 to put a cover over this motorhome, I'll just put that towards a metal building. That's 20% of the price of the building. So anyway, what else do we have? What do you got to say?
Don says he was hoping to next year, or really hoping to be there next year.
Yeah, we've been taking a lot of weight out of the motorhome, huh?
Yeah, you have. I
Oh,
took
wait,
some out.
we took a couple of fry pans out. That was
Cast iron. I love cast iron, but I have 2 skillets, big ones, that I've just never used.
I bet you I took
Not
200
in the
pounds
RV.
out today with that box.
Tools, yeah.
Tools. I had so many hand wrenches. I mean, I don't have that many arms to be able to operate that many wrenches. So I just, on the really little wrenches, I kept 3 of each, and on the bigger ones, 2 at the most. So anyway, I think we're pretty good on that stuff. And I probably took 300 pounds out of that toolbox, 200 or 300 pounds out of there today. These big heavy torque wrenches, which the one I've never used, I used to use it for flywheels on motorcycles for checking the torque on the flywheels, but on this motorhome, I don't think anything torques that high other than the wheels.
You finally gave up.
You gave up? You're relaxing?
Well, now you're firing them up again.
Is that all the comments? It is? Okay.
Yep.
People are quiet tonight. It's 13 people? How many people you see? 13?
Yes.
You guys have any questions for us? I mean, we're gonna try to keep this a little bit short. Uh-oh, we just dropped a whole bunch of people left. See that when you ask questions?
It's not a test, guys.
Yeah, so I'll tell you something I'm getting excited about. I shouldn't say anything, but we're getting close to 100,000 views. I would have never thought that. Would you?
Yeah, why not?
Think so? I mean, 100,000 seems like a lot, but man.
Teresa says we're listening.
Yeah, well, we got 23,000 views just on that one video, so that was a big chunk of it.
Our controversial one.
Yeah, because we killed a mouse. Let me see who else killed. Someone else killed a mouse. I think it was Eric killed the mouse, didn't he?
No,
Or somebody.
it was no. It was the Venture Van now.
Oh.
And Kelly.
Oh yeah. Okay, Venture Van. You know, all you ever have to do in this lifestyle is get one mouse in your rig, and you won't care if you have to use dynamite to kill them, because the way we look at it is if bugs get in your motorhome, they gotta go. They gotta die. I mean, if I can catch spiders and stuff, I'll let them go outside. But for the most part, you got to be careful playing with them things. But as far as mice go, really hard to catch them alive. I don't know anybody that's ever been able to catch them alive. And so you just got to get whatever you got to get rid of them.
Well, out there in Quartzsite, what were we going to do? Catch and release into somebody else's rig?
Yeah.
They were everywhere.
Man, we were doing the tree lot, and Jarla saw some mice in the trash can for some reason.
Baby mice, they're maybe this big.
And this lady goes, "Oh, here, I'll take them." She goes over and releases them under my
right
truck.
under the truck.
I'm like, "What are you doing?" I've had some mice when we were down in Texas. They were like this big. We pulled like into Walmart, and they come out underneath the truck, and it's like, "Dang, man, they'll ride with you a long way." I was listening, but I haven't been on for a while, so I was trying to figure out where you are. Sorry, I'm out of the loop. Well, we bought a piece of property here in outside of Mena, Arkansas, and we're actually trying to get tractor work done, but between it raining and then when it stops raining, everything is so muddy that it's not possible to do it at this time. So
Aww.
What happened?
Sorry.
What?
Go ahead and finish telling Don what.
Anyway, so we're just kind of waiting for the weather to change. My brother has a bulldozer. We got to get it fixed, and maybe everything's going to happen this week, I hope.
Teresa says she killed her refrigerator.
Yeah, I
Good
saw
thing
that.
you got a job. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
And Johnny and Tracy RV SWAT, we'll do that for sure. If any of you guys know of anybody that's selling a dish satellite and a tripod and receiver, they're looking.
Well, you know, you can, I think it's $70 on Amazon, you can get a receiver that you can turn on and off. And then, man, we used to have all that stuff.
I know.
I gave it all away. Anyway, we had
A long time ago.
yeah,
before we
a
knew
500 satellite dish and then a tripod. So, and we're probably going to have to get another one of them dishes because, well, maybe not. If we don't get a cover for the motorhome, then we won't have to. So, anyway, someone will find one for you.
David says, so you say you don't like to share? You mean with the bugs and the mice? Nope. If that's what you meant.
Yeah, if you're asking about having mice in your vehicle, you know, we had them running on the rails for a while, and I mean, I was catching them there too. But the motorhome, you pull up and I go to air it down, the front would air down, the back would, remember? Mm-hmm. Well, they chewed through the wiring. So I mean, I had to go through and fix a bunch of wiring, and that's the worst thing about it.
I know people that have lights under their rigs and it doesn't really deter them, but thanks for the suggestion. I don't know. I feel like some mice are they're willful. They're going to get what they want, where they want, when they want. It doesn't matter. I've actually come back to our rig when we were guarding gate down in Texas and saw a mouse chewing on a mothball. Maybe that was the only time he did it because it probably killed him, but it's like,
well, like if you're in a place where mice get into your vehicle, you need to leave your hood open so they don't chew up your wiring.
And that's what Adventure Van Man and Kelly did.
And
she had mice.
We did that too. And then other than that, I mean, all you can do is set.
Okay, Don Litton, it's M-E-N-A.
Yeah, M-E-N-A. Mena.
And Johnny, one thing I've been meaning to tell you, he says he wants a playmaker or a tailgater.
Oh, okay. You don't. Well, then why do you need a tripod? If you're going to get a tailgater, you just hook it, and just set it on your roof, or I would just hard mount it on the roof. That's what I would do. And they're cheap. Go on Amazon. They're not that much.
Anyway, Johnny, what I was going to tell you is when you were in Mena and you and Tracy went to Mama Nell's and they had Cajun food there and you really liked it.
Yeah, it's gone.
They're gone.
It's gone.
Leisure.
Leisure 057. Hello.
Hey, Leisure. Yes, Teresa. Hopefully your kitty will get anything that does get in. Terry, my cat catches them alive. They don't stay that way long.
Yeah. Cats, you know, the thing is our last Boston Terrier, if there was a mouse in here, I look over and I'd see him and he'd be making all kinds of, you know, this kind of stuff.
And just like staring at a wall or a
and
cupboard.
He knew right where they were at. He would point them right out to me.
This guy,
I mean, you could put a mouse on his butt and he would know it's there. I mean, I don't know.
He's super domesticated.
He's good at being a geek. That's what he's good at right now. He's a lover boy. Yeah, I don't like the trouble with having a tailgater and sitting it on the ground is, you know, if somebody doesn't have one, then pretty soon there's like one's missing here.
I see them, they're all chained up all the time.
Yeah.
Because of that.
They're real easy to mount on the roof. Real simple. There's nothing to do in it. Just run a wire over the side and run it in, you know. That's what I would do.
Hey, Johnny, are you guys planning on going to Quartzsite next year? Or do you know yet?
Is anybody on here going to Sugar Beets? Is anybody planning on doing that? I know right now, I saw it again today, that if anybody's looking to gate guard, that Guard 1 is looking for a whole bunch of people. They got a whole bunch of gates. So they're cranking pretty hard down there. So if you are looking, there are jobs.
Thanks, guys, for the thumbs up.
Let's see, what else do we have going? So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes going on this week in the motorhome.
Yeah, we're going to take out the dining room table.
We're going to put in a desk for Dar.
Because we never use it for eating at.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I usually sit. I don't like our couch. That's going to change too, but that's going to come down the road.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
if
we had a new couch, you would sit there anyway.
We want to get some wall hugger recliners. So.
But yeah, and I think we're gonna roll the dice here, and we're gonna do a paint job on the inside of this thing. We got some stuff. We're doing. We're gonna redo the shades. We'll show you how we're gonna do that.
Personally, I'd like to get rid of the shades, but he loves them.
Well, it's kind of a thing where I think once we do it, we got new strings, we got everything. The reason why she doesn't like them is because she has one job in the RV as far as repairs, and that's these. She doesn't like it because they're always breaking. So the thing
I
is,
think they're ugly too, and they're dirty and.
But they're going to be really awesome. We're going to make them really nice. There's these little plastic pieces that when you buy these repair kits, they come in there, huh?
It's a grommet.
And we got them.
They're nylon.
So as we're gonna do a test one. We have one that's pretty messed up.
Hey, Darth Vader, hi.
And we're gonna do a test run on that one. And
it's dry-ish. Today it was sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we've got more weather in store for us, don't we?
Yeah, they're saying, next couple of days it's supposed to have some more rain. So.
Eventually, it's going to be summertime, and then we're going to be moaning and groaning about how hot, how humid.
It's not bad if it does the normal type thing. This has not been normal.
It's not, but that's why everything's so gorgeous and green.
It gets dark, and then about 2 hours after it gets dark, it starts lightning and thundering, and then pretty soon it just. Bam! It just pours, and it pours all night long, non-stop, no breaks.
But it does make for happy cows.
Yeah, cows love it. Then you get up in the morning, and the rain stops about 10 or 10:30 in the morning, and then the sun comes out, and man, it's awesome. Humid as heck, but it's real pretty and everything. And then the next night, man. Just does it the same thing again and again. So last night it didn't rain. It was dry last night. We got up this morning. It was cloudy, but it wasn't raining. And then it cleared up, and it's been a little warm today. But for the most part, with the exhaust fans, the fantastic vents cranked up, windows open.
It's comfortable.
It's been very comfortable today, and. We were driving around in the farm truck, and it doesn't have air conditioning. It does have windows that roll up and down. And so anyway.
Just to counting cows.
Out counting. Well, usually what we'll use is have a Ranger, Polaris Ranger, but
we've done some videos.
That thing's got tires going flat. My brother, I'll tell you what, if he had to replace every tire, he'd be broke. He'd be bankrupt.
He's got a lot of equipment.
He's got so much stuff, man. I mean, there's
a lot to maintain.
Right now, they're out in 2 trucks, pickups, and they got a trailer hauling the cows. And, I mean, it's just a lot. So, he's got a travel trailer, and he's got a cowboy.
And he's got a pig hauler. He's
got a pig hauler.
That's a lot of stuff. He has a bulldozer.
And tractors, and I mean all kinds of stuff. He's just big rig.
Yep.
So,
trailers for that.
He's got a something for everything. So that's why we don't want cows and stuff. Because too much work and too much stuff.
This guy's enough work.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have seen it today. He got his first kiss from a cow. And I don't know who is more shocked, the cow or him.
It was cute.
But they just, that cow put a little lick on him.
Yeah.
So they're pretty, the cows, our cows here, they're, as soon as we pull in the truck, man, they come right up. They're standing. I mean, you're right out with them, you know.
Well, that's because his brother will give him treats sometimes.
Yeah.
So they recognize the sound of the motor and they think, maybe we'll get treats. But they almost never do from us.
And apparently my voice sounds a lot like my dad.
Yeah.
So I could call them cows, and man, here they come, come from everywhere.
Yeah.
So
I really do like this time of year, though, because the babies are so adorable.
yeah.
They really are. And there's lots of them. Lots
Yeah,
and
and they'll you'll get a little calf and he'll get daring and he'll chase the truck for a little ways, and then he realizes he's getting away from the herd and he turns around.
And then
Yeah.
I like when they get a little bit older and like they start feeling their odies and they'll buck and kick, and that's really cute.
Oh, and they
The
do
bigger
the
ones.
head thing,
Yeah,
head to tail.
they're awesome.
Yeah, but we've had a lot of calves leave the farm in the last couple of weeks, so there's still more out there though. I don't know how many my brother's gonna keep. He usually keeps a bunch of them, not a lot, but he keeps some of them. So anyway, it's a lot of fun not being a farm boy. It's a lot of fun. I'm used to working on motorcycles instead of animals. The sad part is when you lose an animal, like a
Yeah.
horse or something.
Which they did. They
My
lost the
sister-
horse last weekend.
Sister-in-law lost her horse, so it was old, but
She said it was old, but it wasn't that old. Like 18.
yeah,
For a horse, I guess that's not that old.
they're like part of the family.
Yeah,
You know,
for
they go
sure.
on trips and crazy. I mean,
Yeah. They do a lot of trail rides.
the horses know exactly how to get in the trailers and get out of the trailers, and they always
Yeah.
want to go. You know.
They do.
So let's see. We just been rambling here. Anybody got any questions? Anything you want to talk to us about? Darth Vader's here.
Yeah, that's what he asked if it was drying up.
Yeah, I see that. There's something. Let's see. Hi, Bill and Darla.
Yes, Thrive 1.
What is it? Okay. Someone living in, what is that? New York City.
Rat race lifestyle and wanting to escape and live a mobile lifestyle when I retire. What do I do regarding physical address, insurance, health, and auto? Well, is that V2?
What?
Is that V2?
Yeah.
We gotta, all our videos are either they're titled V dash and a number, or LS dash and a number. LS stands for, like tonight, this will be a live stream.
So it's LS.
Right. But we do have V2 that addresses a lot of those issues. If you're interested in going back and watching that content, I can also link it in the description after I put this on YouTube.
It
And
basically,
it tells you.
V2 tells you pretty much everything you need to know to
Do
get
what we
ready to do this lifestyle. Because if I hear people say, well, we're not leaving for a year or so. Well, that's perfect then. Then
It
you
is
don't have to
perfect.
be in a big hurry.
It is perfect, and I'll tell you why it's perfect. Because it takes time to get all that stuff in order, especially your passport. And even if you never leave the United States, I just highly recommend that you have a passport. It's the be all to end all for
Yeah.
ID.
We're all licensed, registration, everything is all done out of South Dakota.
Right.
We vote out of South Dakota
But not on the local stuff, 'cause
Right.
we don't live there.
because we
doesn't
don't live
affect
there.
us.
But it's
On the national
every
stuff,
5
federal.
years you have to go there and re-up your driver's license. You could pay you could register your vehicles. Everything could all be done. There's a link to the people that we use for our mailing situation and our physical address.
We've got all that information on
That's
V2.
all on V2. So one of our first run when we took off was to go to South Dakota, register our truck,
Yes.
the motor home was registered out of South Dakota. We needed to register the truck and get our licenses. So our very first trip, we went to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and got everything all handled. And that was it.
The requirement for them is that to establish a domicile, and the video talks about this, there's a campground called Tower Campground. There's also another one that they have a deal with. I can't remember now what it is. But we stay at Tower Campground just one night. They spit out a receipt that has our name and their address on it. And the
That's our
government's like,
physical
oh,
address.
you live there. They don't care. They just want the money, and they just got to make the paperwork jive. So that's what you do. And we just go there every 5 years and spend one night and take care of everything we've got to take care of.
One of the main things, though, is make sure you have your original Social Security card and not the duplicate.
And you've got to have your you can't have a hospital copy of your birth certificate. It's got to be the one that's from the county, that's got the stamp on it and shows it's been registered with the county.
But that's all on that video.
And if this only applies to women, if you've ever been married, ever had a name change for whatever reason, if you've been married 5 or 6 times, like one lady I know, she had to have all her marriage certificates and all her divorce decrees to prove why her name changed that many times and what her name is today. And it's a hassle, because people don't tend to usually keep divorce papers.
Yeah.
So you gotta, whatever county you were in when that went down, you gotta get it from them before you ever try. She ended up getting stuck in South Dakota for 2 weeks because of it. So.
And then the reason why I say about the Social Security card is I had my copy. They had the number and everything, but it was the tear-off stub. I didn't have the original.
Because he had his stolen years and years and years before.
Yeah, so anyway, I had to apply for a new Social Security card, and they weren't going to work the deal, but the thing about it is they're really cool there.
They really are. They're not like big city, New York City. They would not do what they did for us in New York City.
The lady actually took my information and put it on the desk of the lady that did it all, and for some reason she was out sick.
On vacation, I think, or something.
She went to the hospital or something. Anyway, kind of to shorten it up, once my Social Security card came in, it got sent to the lady at the DMV, and she put it on the lady's desk. Anyway, I got my driver's license. Got my driver's license. So everything worked out really cool. Otherwise, I was going to have to make a trip back there and start all over again.
And it took 6 weeks to get his Social Security card.
So let's see. Oh yeah, Don Linton had a javelina run through the You know what's even worse are those feral hogs, man. We used to, when we were down there in Texas gate guarding.
Wild.
They'll sometimes they'll come pretty close. You got to be careful with them.
They'll charge you. So will javelina.
What they do down there sometimes is they they'll fly around in helicopters on guys' ranches with fully automatic night vision and everything.
We were on one gate, and the rancher hired a guy to come in, and the really bad thing is if they've got livestock, cattle, they can hurt themselves by falling in one of the holes because they root with their noses, and they
plus
make
they
big
kill
trenches.
The calves.
Yeah, true.
Once they taste blood.
Yeah. Anyway, so the ranchers don't want them on their property, so they paid this guy to come in, and he had this giant cage, and then he had a cage in the back of his truck, and he would leave every single day. He'd come in at like 4:30 or 5 in the morning, and he would leave around 10 in the morning with 20 or 30 of those every single day. Babies all the way up, and the big ones, they're like 300 pounds or more.
More than that, yeah.
And they're
javelinas
mean.
Are small usually, but they're pretty
the wild
mean.
Pigs I'm talking about.
Yeah, the hogs, yeah.
And
they'll
they
weigh
would
up to
charge
600, 700 pounds.
The retainer trailer that he would put them in, they would charge it to try to get out, and they would just like knock their teeth out. It didn't matter to them. They'd be hanging and bloody, and it just didn't matter. They were mad, and they were snorting.
My brother catches them occasionally around here. He'll see where they're at. There's signs when they're in the area, and he's got traps on each of the ranches where he sets these traps, and he'll catch them. And then what he does is he cleans them up, brings them over here, puts them on antibiotics, and puts them on a strict diet and cleans them up, and then they're sausage. So
in Texas, what they do with those wild boars down there is they take them to the Mexican meat markets.
Yeah, they buy them and they love them.
Yeah.
They cook
Like
them
for a
underground.
baby one, they'll pay $60 just for a baby one.
Yeah.
So. Anyway.
Yeah, and they're ugly, boy. Man, you know, you see a pig,
Scraggly.
they're pink and got little black and white spots on them. They're kind of cute looking. Boy, these things, man,
They're just ugly.
they're ugly. They
Especially
look,
when they knock their teeth out.
yeah, they're pretty, and they're pretty angry animals. You wouldn't want to corner one.
No. And
So.
super protective of their babies.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but pigs can procreate 3 months,
3 weeks,
3
3
weeks,
days.
and 3 days.
Yeah, so they make
Every 3
and
months,
they
3
have
weeks, and
usually
3
have
days.
litters of 15 or 16 animals.
So they can get pretty out of control on a property really fast.
Yeah, we were on that Faith Ranch,
Yeah.
and the owner's son, man, he had a machine gun, a night vision. He would go out every night
And a
just kill 'em.
silencer.
Yeah, and a silencer. He goes, I'll come upon them and I'll kill 6 or 7 of them before they even
realize.
know what's happening. And the reason why he killed them is they would actually kill and attack and kill deer and everything else. So
And some of those ranches down there in Texas, they'll raise cattle, but they also do exotic deer, and they open up their ranches to hunters, and the hunters will come and pay $30,000 for the opportunity to kill an exotic deer.
bye,
Do
Don. Yeah, we're
Good to see you, Don.
yeah. Let me just say one thing. We've kind of switched the Wednesday night thing over to Saturday night. Seems like more people are available to watch on Saturday night. So anyway, good talking to you, Don. Hope to see you soon.
Yes, good to see you.
Thanks for answering my question. What's the difference between a real Social Security card versus the duplicate off kind you are talking about? Well, when you get your Social Security card, it comes with a little duplicate thing with just the number on it. It doesn't have the official seal and all that stuff on it. And that's what I had. I just had that duplicate deal.
Just for the number.
Just for the number.
You know,
Something you could put. You're supposed to put
and
that
maybe
in
they
your
don't
wall.
do that now, but they did when our kids got their Social Security cards. I don't know. Anyway, but way back, when we were working and
You want the official, really cool looking one with all the stuff
you
on
didn't
it.
need it though. When we first started working, people were like, "Just give me the number," whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even think they needed. Yeah, they did. They needed that because that's why I had to get one. Anyway.
Bye, Darla. Don said. Thanks, Bill. Bye,
Yes.
Darla.
See you, Dawn. If you want to live out of your van, you hear it can be difficult to register it as a personal vehicle, not commercial. I don't have any advice on that.
Where's that?
Um,
Is it up above? Where'd you read that?
This is right before Dawn said goodbye, Darla. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I maybe what you should do is like check into some of the people that are van lifers and see what they do, because I don't know how they get around that. Adventure Van Man is a real good one to follow and ask questions of.
Well, as
He
far
will
as
answer your questions too.
where's the question? I want to read the question.
I'll read it. It's just above where Dawn said, "Thanks, Bill," by Darla. If I want to live out of a van, I hear it can be difficult to register it as a personal vehicle, not commercial. Any advice on that?
Well, here's the deal with a van, and I don't know how it is in every state, but in California, if you have a van and you have it where it's like what they call like a regular transportation vehicle, like a car, and you load it up with a bunch of stuff like you're moving, then they'll give you a ticket. It's just like a truck. A pickup truck usually has commercial plates on it, and that way, because if you use it to haul stuff, they consider that commercial use, whether you're hauling your own stuff or whatever. You put a camper shell on it, technically,
On a van?
no, on a pickup. Technically, you could change it to like a passenger car, but you could still haul stuff in it. So my pickup has commercial plates on it because I want to be able to haul stuff in it, because we're hauling stuff in it whenever we're traveling. So, okay, there it is. It's after it. If I
Yeah,
want
so I don't really know what to say to that other than maybe just check with Adventure Van Man Brian. Adventure Van Man is what his YouTube channel is.
You can, I mean, as far as personal vehicle or commercial, it just, what it does is it just the
I
class of vehicle you are. The license plates designate that it's a van and you can haul stuff.
I don't think you're going to have that kind of trouble if you do domicile in South Dakota.
Yeah, I don't think they. I'll tell you what. There's no smog checks. There's no vehicle checks.
There's nothing.
A lot of states, because of this motorhome, you have to get a different license because of the air brakes and the length. I think if you're over 40 feet, if you're like 42 feet, I think there might be something you have to do in South Dakota. But this one is 38 feet long, 37.9. So I didn't have to do anything. I got no special driver's license other than I did get my motorcycle license. Yeah, I did. The thing is I mean, you can just about go there and be blind and they'll give you a license. I don't believe how easy it is to.
The other thing about where we do our mail forwarding out of South Dakota, which the information again is on V2, they did our registration for us. I mean, we paid, of course, but they would like physically walk it to the DMV for us, walk in, get it processed, and the first
time when you're shifting
over. The only
over.
reason we had to go there, like Bill said, is because we had to get a driver's license there.
Yeah.
So now we're actually thinking about,
because we have property here in Arkansas and everything. But
contemplating changing.
The thing is we got to see what. I mean, if we have to do vehicle inspections and all that crap, I don't want to do all that. That's just such a.
And the other thing of South Dakota is there's no income tax. So if you're finding that you want to be semi-retired and you're going to work a job, it's always nice to be able to say, well, I'm from South Dakota, so they don't charge state income tax, and so we don't ever have to worry about that.
And yes, you could do. Teresa wants to know, they'll do all the registration by mail. Absolutely.
Yeah, Teresa just did that.
You mail your title and stuff in, and they take care of it. I'm talking out of South Dakota. I'm telling you, it's so easy to get a driver's license. I don't even think we took a test or anything. We had a driver's license.
We took a test.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Anyway.
It was easy though. No income tax is nice. Does South Dakota have marketplace insurance plans which allow for out-of-state care? I read some were changing to Arizona or Texas because of that. Not sure about the details either. Are you talking about
medical insurance?
I think you are.
Yeah, right now we have Liberty Health Share, which
it's a health sharing plan.
They're having a lot of problems at the moment, so we're not
I would not
endorsing
recommend
them at this point. Nope. We're actually
looking for something else.
Well, we're trying to see if it's going to work for us right now. So she's looking for something else. But I just went to the doctor and we spent $700, and they reimburse you is what they do. But
unless you can get your doctor to
take it,
code it the correct way, and submit it to the health share group, you have to pay for it out of pocket, which is the case for us.
Yeah.
And we've had it for 3 years, and this is the first time we used it, and there we are.
Yeah, and we have $700 out of pocket, and we haven't had any correspondence. Yeah, see, RV SWAT, they have through Marketplace of for South Dakota. I don't know what that is, but his surgery was in Louisiana. I think pretty much.
ADS Thrive 1, RV SWAT that just commented, he had some major surgery done this year, I think in February. He's who you should talk to, because he's domiciled out of South Dakota also. And he knows about the medical, so I would definitely check out his channel, email him, ask him some questions. I know Johnny is his name, and he will be happy to help you any way he can, fill in your blanks.
Yeah, and as always, and I suggest this to everybody anytime they do anything, anytime you get insurance, or if you go through our mail service or anything, always mention the person that told you about getting the whatever it is. If you get a job, and Like if you come to Sugar Beets to work, you want to mention my name. Then that way there's spiffs for everybody. And once
you too, yeah. When you
once
get
you
to
get
that
into
point,
this lifestyle, and you start running with this lifestyle, and you start suggesting things to other people, then when they go and get their mailbox or whatever they do, then you get a little bit of a kickback, and it just kind of greases the wheels and keeps everything flowing.
And it keeps the businesses, with customers, which I want, because I like our mail forwarding service. I'm not real crazy about the insurance right now. I've referred a lot of people to them, but so far no one has signed up under us with them, and so I don't know how their referral service works. Yeah.
David Sue.
They didn't use us.
No, they did.
Well, we never got anything for it.
Well, then we didn't get anything for it.
There you go. Anyway, it's
also,
just nice.
Also, something we haven't talked about. Go ahead if you want to finish this up, and then.
I'm done.
We did a video the other day. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Hopefully you're watching our videos on a regular basis, but we called it Getting Off the Road. And we got quite a few views of it. I think people thought we were quitting, but mainly the thing of the getting off the road, and this is something probably we should have multiple conversations, and we're kind of going to make a little bit of a series out of this. But know it or not, as soon as you go into the RV world, you've sold your house, you sold all your belongings and everything, and you get into the RV world, at that point, you become a shopper for property, places you want to live.
And the sand in the hourglass starts running through, because...
And it goes by fast. So the thing for us has been, we hit the road when we were 54 years old, and we're now, well, Darla just turned 63, and I'll be turning 63 here pretty quick, my old lady. Anyway,
till August.
Yeah. Anyway, the thing about it is that when you get out on the road, you should always have that little space in the back of your brain where you're like, wow, I really like this place. There's been a few places we've been that we've really liked, but of course you have to kind of, a good thing is to go back different times of the year. I mean,
and do your homework, find out what their laws are and their
it's beautiful beautiful in Montana in the summer, but you go there in the wintertime, man, it's the tundra. I mean, you're in Siberia.
It's beautiful in Ouray, Colorado.
Yeah,
most beautiful place I think to date that I have ever been, but you can't live there because it's super expensive, and I don't like Colorado's politics at all.
And it's freezing cold. Wintertime. So
we're not snow people.
You're gonna find that there's places that you're gonna travel around. You're really gonna enjoy it for a few weeks or a month. But we've been coming back here. Now we've been coming here because my family. What's weird about this place is we'll be eating somewhere. We'll be talking to someone. The next thing we'll find out that I'm related to them in some way, because my family, I will say the Caucasian side of my family has lived here for over 200 years, and then I'm 12.5% Cherokee Indian, and so my great-grandmother was 100% Cherokee Indian, and they've been here for I don't know how many thousands of years, I guess. So I don't know that much about that side of my family, but it's weird because we talk to people. I love
genealogy, so I'm like, this is cool.
So, and we have a lot of family here, and for some reason we're both acclimated to this climate, for some reason. I think a lot of it's just because it's in my blood, but my mom.
I think it's because it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I can put up with a lot as long as it's pretty.
On my mom's side of my family, my mom was the firstborn in this country, and I was the secondborn in this country. And I'm an only child from my mom. So I grew up in California. I lived there my whole life, and I've been coming back here since I was a little kid. And since we've been doing the full-time RV thing, we've been coming here just about every year, a couple of times a year.
Some years.
So it's gotten to the point where when she started wanting to maybe find a parking spot for, you know, a little longer time, we thought that this might be a great place, and we just happened to hit on this piece of property, and it was just, things worked out perfect all the way up to a certain point, and then right now it's been a real weird thing. And you know, a lot of times patience is a very tough thing to deal with, but I think if we're patient, things are going to work out for the better. So
Teresa says she's thinking of paying a trip to South Dakota. And Eric says, I can't think of anywhere that I want to live full time that I can afford.
yeah, well, see, that's another thing about this area. I mean, I don't know, Eric, where you live right now, but gasoline around here is like under $2.50 a gallon. Food's cheaper. It just, we bought a really nice piece of land, and with all the utilities and everything, we got it for $9,500. Not 95,000. Everyone was like 95,000. No, 9,500 with all utilities and curbs, and you can do anything you want. There's no building codes. There's nothing. So there's actually places. What I was looking for, and I used to tell Darla all the time, because when we first took off, it was when the economy was really getting bad.
In California especially.
And we would drive cross country. We would go through these little towns, and they looked like they were dying. And the next time we went through, they were dead. And I kept telling her, I go, if we could find a cool little town where we could buy like an old repair garage or something, and just leave the outside patina the way it is, and then trick it all out on the inside, and just have a really cool place to whip into.
I always think patina is just another word for I'm too lazy to do anything.
Well, yeah, but the thing about it is if you make it look like, there ain't nothing in there, I mean, that's the main thing,
I don't know.
The house that we had I've had a couple, well, the house that I bought when I was a young guy, it didn't look like anything on the outside, but when you walked inside of it, it was awesome.
Well, in our house in the desert, it looked like a very small house.
Yeah, and then when you walked into it, you walked around this corner, and boom, there was this big, huge, awesome house. So,
anyway,
that's the way I like to do it. I kind of like to keep things
incognito.
And if someone just happens to wander in
Eric,
there,
just keep looking. Just keep looking, and check on the internet and see, what prices are, what politics are. Just different things. That's what we did.
And
I will say, and I've said this before, I wish that we could have gone further east, but the furthest east we've been is Minnesota,
Florida,
yeah. But I mean, in the
we've
center of the
been
United
all through
States,
the southern states
this
down
is the
to Key
furthest
West,
east we've been.
But we have never been. Well,
we've never been to Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia, South Carolina, any
none
of those.
the upper East Coast either.
None of the East Coast at all.
As far east, I think, as we've been is Michigan.
Yeah.
We came around the Great Lakes at one time.
Right.
So,
Illinois,
but part of the reason why we haven't done a lot of it is
jobs.
Well, jobs, and also it's a lot tougher to be a full timer and kind of do Walmarts and stuff on the East Coast. It's a lot easier on the West Coast.
They're less friendly towards you, from what we've discovered.
Yeah, and it's getting to be less friendly on the West Coast.
I will say this about when we went through Chicago. Be careful of this. The roads, they just like retop them. Well, when they're doing that, you're getting closer and closer to the overpasses, and sometimes you got to be real careful. It can say that it's this high, but it's really not. So be careful of that.
And Darth Vader wants to know if we're staying in Arkansas for the summer. That's what we're hoping to do. I'm actually trying. Darla's got her things. She had a job, but let's just say
I don't now.
She doesn't have the job, but we don't need her to work anymore. She's good on that. And and I've been looking for some kind of a job. And like I said, that's part of the patience thing. Is that one of the problems that when you get to be my age, and is that I have a lot of experience at a lot of things, and a lot of people feel like, they're going to have to pay too much money to have me around. And I keep telling them, you know what, I'm not trying to make $1 million. I don't want to work. I don't want to work 70 hours a week. I want to just kind of cruise a little bit. So we'll just have to see. There's different things going on. For one thing, we are to the age where we're getting Social Security, so that helps a lot. We're not buried in debt, so that helps a lot.
Which is a really, really big recommendation also.
So if we get any kind of a part-time job, that's all bonus money to us. So, and we have money saved, so we're able to kind of cruise a little bit right now. My brother, I give him like $100 a month for electricity, and he doesn't even want to take that, but
they have 4 kids.
Yeah, they got 4 kids and everything else.
They don't need 2 more.
Yeah. They need a couple of old people hanging around drooling and stuff, waiting for someone to wipe their chin.
North Carolina and Tennessee are nice.
Yeah. Yeah, our son is...
Even right now as we're speaking, he's driving to North Carolina.
Yeah.
They bought a house last weekend. We're so excited for them.
Putu's here.
Putu.
I have a job for you.
Cut my grass.
I've been cutting grass. I cut grass yesterday for hours, man. You got one of those big riding lawnmowers.
No debt is the best, Teresa. Amen, sister. Oh, Eric says, I live in Ohio but lived in San Francisco Bay Area for 45 years. Hate humidity in summers and cold of winter. Yeah, and
we lived in the Mojave Desert for 28 years,
and we grew up in LA County.
It got pretty... I didn't mind the summers. I liked the summers. You learn how to use swamp coolers, man. They're the greatest. But in the wintertime, man, it got cold there. And I mean, the wind would blow.
Yeah, we got snow.
Yeah, but
usually it was gone in a couple hours. But
when it was windy and it was cold, it was miserable and painful.
2006, it stayed for like way longer than it should have.
Yeah, it was piling up.
Yeah.
They don't have the equipment for removing snow, so when it snowed, it was
stayed there till it melted.
So.
Or got driven off of.
And it was all up and down, and people were spun out. People didn't know how to drive in dry weather, let alone rain or snow.
It's really bad there now with all the people that are
in California. You have to have rain chains, not snow chains. Let's see, RV SWAT got to run and shoot a video. Be on the lookout for it titled Gate Guarding or Snake Guarding.
Can't wait, Johnny. You guys, if you're interested and you don't subscribe to RV SWAT, please do so. They're good friends of ours, and they're gate guarding down in Texas right now. And he's an amazing cook.
And
one cup
he's
sugar,
doing
Johnny.
A snake cookbook right now.
That's right, Johnny. That's what you should do. Yeah.
100 ways to make a rattlesnake sandwich or something.
Be careful.
Yeah, they could be down there. Remember, Johnny, always look down before you walk out. I do that here. I always look down here. I mean, there's snakes. There's snakes all over here too. I haven't seen any since we've been here.
That's okay.
But
Water moccasins.
They're here. they're here, and as it gets warmer, they're more here. So.
Anybody have any last questions before we?
Yeah, it's getting about that time.
Wrap it up.
Try not to do these 2-hour love fests. We do have fun. Darla never wants to do these. She's always, I don't want to do a live stream. Don't make me do a live stream.
I don't say that.
And then she we get started, she does it. I'm looking at Walker Pendleton has subscribed. That was 7 days.
Oh, Walter, yeah.
That was 7 days ago.
It's on the site about 12 rattlesnakes. Ah, that's ridiculous. Well,
you see how many?
They're stirring them up. 12.
Well.
They're stirring them up. All the rigging up and down and.
I've seen 4 or 5 in a day when we're. But not One thing about it,
They
seems
don't
like
call
those.
it the Wild Wild West for nothing, right?
It seems like the generators kind of send a few of them away. You know, a trick on keeping them away from around your motorhome, if you want to know something that really works, is you get those big. It's expensive though. You get that big expensive rope. That's real bristly, and you just lay that around the outside of your motorhome. They won't come across that.
Snakes don't like to crawl over it.
They will not come across it.
So they say.
That's what a lot of people do.
It is very expensive though.
They put it around the drive, across the driveway, so the snakes don't go in their garages and stuff like that. And they say it works really good. So.
Hi, Stephen. Welcome, welcome. Glad you found us. We're just getting ready to log off.
Yeah. It's about time for us to go. You got any questions for us, Stephen?
Thanks, Teresa. You too.
We are going to have a couple more good videos coming out the next day. Well, you're working on another one tonight. And then we're shooting stuff all day today, and yeah, it's a lot of good stuff. Anybody, we talked about that house earlier today. If anybody is interested,
the link to the house will be in the description.
Yeah, and also let us know.
Video.
I'd be willing to go over there and just do a quick little video
do
of
a
it.
Video tour.
It's a nice house.
It is.
And I mean, for the price, I mean.
And I mean, it's got. You'll see the link. It's got a garage with two
RV
roll-up doors for
with
RVs.
The RV ports, and then a regular car too. Yeah, so I don't know why he had. It looks like a fire station in the backyard. It really does. So I don't know what he had back there, but that's kind of my idea too. So I could have my motorhome inside and work on another one right next to it. So we're going to be doing that too. That's our plan. Is once we get that building built, and I also. That's another thing we did this week. There's one place in this whole town that sells RV stuff. And this guy is like a hoarder of all things RV.
Oh my gosh, this guy had so much.
And him and I got to talking, and we instantly became best buds.
And he knew where everything was.
Yeah, and I
come to find out he's from California.
Yeah, and now I'm getting a discount on everything I buy there. So if somebody comes here to have some work done on their RV, we got a good place to go and get discounts on parts. So that's an important thing, because if you're working on something and you're halfway through it, you could have it done today, but you got to order it off of Amazon, and then sometimes Amazon, it's like 2 weeks before you get stupid stuff.
One thing Bill and I were talking about with Amazon is Prime. Remember when it used to be 2-day, and that's why you bought Prime, so that you didn't have to pay shipping and you got it really quick? They don't do that anymore.
I ordered some stuff on May 1st.
Yeah. Hadn't even
Prime,
shipped yet.
and it hasn't even shipped yet.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be here around between the 9th and the 14th. A can of spray paint. So, and if it wasn't critical for these blinds, because that's what we're going to do, we're going to change these blinds up. I think it's going to look cool. So we're going to do a video on that too. Anyway, we're going to show you how to clean them. Get them really clean, and then we're going to show you how we're going to make them really bitchin'. So, is that still a word, bitchin'? Is that still a word?
Yeah, if you're from the 70s.
If you're from the 70s.
You are.
I'm bitchin'. I was bitchin' in the 70s. Now I'm an old man, so I'm not so bitchin' anymore. I just bitch is what I do now. I had heard about the rope thing. I wondered if it was true. Yeah, well, that's what the Texans. Now, we never did it because I went and looked at how pricey the rope was. It was going to be like $300 to go all the way around the motorhome or something. It's pretty expensive because it's got to be big around. I mean, it's got to be like ocean, like the old ocean rope. But they say if you put that around your RV.
Teresa says she's still waiting for her ladder from Amazon.
Yeah. When did you order that?
I don't know. I know she was going to.
I don't like Amazon.
I
don't know nothing, but still don't like trust them. Yeah, well,
one of our kids is boycotting Amazon right now because she says they are attacking freedom of speech and thought by restricting people from being on there that take a holistic approach to product that they want to sell. So she's going to talk with her dollars.
I like Amazon as far as
they probably won't notice her doing that, but if more people did. It would speak loudly.
I think they have the right idea, because I mean, I'll tell you what, there's stuff that I thought I'd never be able to find that I found on Amazon.
True.
I mean, even when we were working at the RV dealership and parts department, I was able to go through Amazon and find suppliers to be able to buy things that the dealership couldn't get. So 1 inch big enough, boy, bigger is better. The biggest you can get is better. It just, the thing about it is, as the snake starts to crawl over it, it's just like a porcupine, and they hate it. They don't want to be. They won't go anywhere near
Teresa
it. So
says almost 2 weeks for a 2-day.
what is?
The ladder, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Almost 2 weeks for a 2-day shipment.
What are you gonna do with a ladder?
She's gonna put it on her potato.
Yeah, and then you're gonna go up on the roof and wish you hadn't bought a ladder.
Anyways,
yeah, as long as you're going around your wheels. The only trouble with snakes is they can kind of stand up and get up in. That's why you don't want mice. That's another reason why you definitely don't want mice down.
they'll come and eat the
garden.
mice.
Because what happens is a mouse can get in, a snake can get in, and what you get a snake in an RV, man, you talk about a hard thing to get rid of, especially if it's poisonous.
Eric. And when you drive, you can put the rope on the side of the RV like a tugboat.
Well, yeah, see, that's the thing, I would get some kind of like a burlap bag or something to put it in, because I'll tell you what, they're scratchy and nasty.
Yeah.
That's something, if you could find at a yard sale, would be awesome. Even if it was in pieces, if you had to piece it together, wouldn't you just kind of overlap it? But yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about snakes after that. Once you walked over the rope, then you were in no man's land. But I killed a rattlesnake at the bottom of my steps. What was it? With my brush that I used to scrub the motorhome. I still have it. I broke it though, but I mean, at first I was just trying to shoo the stupid thing away, and it kept striking at me. It wasn't that big. It was probably, I don't know what, about 2.5, 3 feet long, something like that. Probably 50-cent piece in diameter. But I nailed it, man. I'll tell you what.
Cut it in 1/3 and 2/3.
Yeah.
Like, not all the way. It was kind of hanging.
Well, if you can't fight any better than that, you shouldn't be picking a fight. That's all I got to say. I mean, they're not very good. They're not very tough. I was surprised.
Yeah,
Teresa Wild's here. Hey, Teresa Wild.
DS Thrive. Brian, Adventure Van Man, he did have
yeah, he had
some mice issues. He and Kelly. So that's why we were saying keep the hood popped on your vehicle, because they don't like that.
Yeah, we've had mice problems over the years with this.
And you think you've plugged all the holes, and then they still get in.
Yeah.
Their skeletons can collapse down to like this.
We were getting them. Under the kitchen counter here, and I thought I had that all plugged off. And then we were getting them under the dash.
Right.
And I got that pretty well plugged off.
We had one in the laundry bin.
Yeah, we had one in there, but I think that came from under the sink.
Probably.
So.
And that one was making a nest.
There's a little canal underneath.
And then where the battery boxes are outside.
Yeah, well, on the frame, there was nothing I could do about that. I mean, I just set traps.
The other thing we had problems with in Texas when we gate guarded was the mud daubers.
Yeah.
He had a zip tie, and he didn't snip the end of it off, so it had a tail on it like that, and they built a nest on it.
They built a nest under the refrigerator.
Yeah.
I had to go in there and bust it up with a big screwdriver. And so, yeah, I mean, be sure that all your vent screens are covered. They make screens for everything, for the refrigerator, for your water heater, for your house heater. Anytime you're going to go down there and gate guard, you've got to have those things. You've got to have it.
Yeah.
They actually now they make a spray foam that has got like little pieces of like a wire stainless steel in the spray, and it says on it it's for mouse proofing. So I would get that and spray around anywhere there's a little hole, because what happens as soon as they contact that steel wool, boy, they're done.
It hurts their fillings.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't want to mess with it. Let's see, we got someone else here.
Oh.
Do the ultrasonic mice.
You know, my mom used those in her garage for a long time.
Doug D's here. Hi, Doug.
But I don't really know if they worked or not. She doesn't use them anymore. And actually, Don and Linda Dunham had them too, and they did not
Well,
work
we
for
had
them
one.
down in Texas.
Did we have them? I think Don and Linda Dunn were the ones that talked to us.
Yeah, but they didn't work.
Yeah, we've tried. I'll tell you what works. But I didn't tell you this. Sticky traps. Get a sticky trap, put a little peanut butter in the middle of it. Your mice problems are over. The trouble is everybody will hate you for using sticky traps. So
if you're
everybody
gonna do
uses
that,
them. Just don't tell anybody you use
Yeah,
them. I made the mistake on
don't put it on YouTube.
our biggest video, 24,000 views. I talked about killing a mouse on a sticky trap, and boy, did I get. But you know, I take them and you as soon as you put the trap out, I mean, 15 minutes you go over and check it, and it's on there. And I just take them and put them in a bag and just take them outside and whack on the ground. It's over with. I'm not going to release them, because once they know how to get in, you release them, they come right back in.
When we got those mice, it was in Quartzsite, and everybody was boondocking. What are we going to do? Take it out in the desert?
Yeah.
You know, so it could go get in someone else's RV?
Yeah, you don't want to play that game, that's for sure. It's.
I understand people were upset because they felt like it struggled and suffered and suffocated, because that's how those sticky traps work. But we ended it for them quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I don't like punishing any animal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Except for that one over there. But you know, I don't like being cruel to animals in any way. So, but you know what? If they get into your motorhome, man, they just can't be. You just won't have a life if you let them survive in your motorhome. You're crazy.
Alka-Seltzer, Doug?
Yeah, I've heard that. It makes them blow up, but
Oh, does it?
something. Yeah.
How do you get little tiny glasses?
Yeah, how do you get them to drink it? You know, they'll eat anything. They really.
will.
But then the problem with Alka-Seltzer is they die inside your RV. One thing about the
that could be
sticky
bad.
traps, you catch them. They're on the trap. You take them outside, and
That
you're
could
done
be
with
bad.
it. You know. Huh?
Yeah, that could be bad.
Well, that's the problem with those little houses. They
The
go in, they get that stuff,
the
and then
decon, yeah.
they go and they die, and then
Then you don't.
week later,
we actually
you're
had
like-
a mouse die under our dishwasher one time
yeah.
in the house. That was bad. So bad. Smelled so
Doug
bad.
says if they get in, that's war. I
That's
agree with you,
true.
Doug. You're right on the money.
I told a lady at Home Depot that was buying traps that you might not want to use those. She flat out told me, I want them gone.
Yeah.
Sticky trap and a quick death is so much better than poison. Yeah, I kind of feel that way.
Yeah, and the old snap traps. I mean, we had one time. I'm telling you, we played with those snap traps. I bet you 3 or 4 days, and every morning the peanut butter was gone and the
trap
mouse was gone.
Yeah.
So we went and got a sticky trap. First time we used it, the mouse was gone.
Right.
So
You know, the thing of it is it's a real problem. It can be an expensive problem. It's got to be dealt with. It's ugly. I wish it wouldn't happen, but it does. What are you supposed to do? And I'm
if my
sorry,
nephew was here, he'd just shoot the dang
You would.
motorhome apart, killing the mouse. But
anyway, it's a touchy subject for a lot of empaths that have a hard time with being cruel to anything, and I get that. But
yeah,
you can't have them tearing things up either.
yeah, and
And they carry disease.
They do.
They do.
okay. Oh, see what Darla made me? She made me these. See, she made those things for my arms, so that the doggy doesn't tear up my leather. They're nice.
You're welcome.
Let's see, where are we at? We're at an hour 19 minutes. Okay, we're going to give you guys, because some new people just came on, we're going to give you about 10 minutes, and then we're going to call it a night, because it's Saturday night, and we got a party.
Yeah, me and Phil Mora have a date over there to edit a video.
There you go. Let's see, who are we at? Okay. Used to be traps. I had the biggest rat. And it was ending our main. It was eating our main stringers on the boat. Yeah, they're. You know what it is they tend to just chew up the worst possible things they could. You know,
Gee.
They ruin your equipment, man.
When will we see Brian again, AWD? That's a good question.
I don't know. I shot him a little flyer and told him he could come by here, but I haven't heard from him. So I think Brian's got like a girlfriend.
Something.
Yeah, I don't know what she's got that we don't have, you know. That's like our regular son, man. All of a sudden one day he met a girl and that was it. He was done with us.
My parents' idea of partying is a nap.
Yeah. Yeah, a long nap.
I like your parents.
Yeah, a long nap's a big party. Yeah. Well,
it's funny.
One thing that's nice right now, the sun's gone down, it's cooling down. Let's see, it's 70 degrees. I got a little weather station right here, and I got sensors, one under the hood and one in the water tank area, and I can see what the temperatures are and the humidity and barometric and the moon.
Yes, Doug, he does have a girl. Kelly.
What?
Brian.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Brian's got
really
a girl.
happy for him because he's
the one
super
with
happy.
It's got the pickup truck with the collapsible
Yeah.
camper shell. We met her over at Quartzsite, but he just introduced us as his friend, because I think he knew that Darla would be crying if she knew more. I hope the weather breaks for you too, and you get going on the property. Amen, brother.
Yeah.
Have a nice night to all. All right, Steven.
It is humid, Doug, but it's not uncomfortably so yet. It's only humid because when the sun comes out and you've had that much rain, what else can it do? It is Arkansas. Anyway.
You know, I what I like is in the evening when we get that breeze, and the air here is just so nice. Amazing, man, with that little bit of breeze.
Yeah.
And it's like air conditioning. It feels really good, but it does. The weather gets a little weird, so it gets in the summertime. It gets pretty humid and hot. And it's like everywhere else. You know, when it's hot and humid, you just take it easy until it cools off. Yeah. If it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just take a shower and
never get out.
Video footage.
You can't dry off anyway when you get out. I was seeing your video lately. YouTube was not popping up.
You know what? We've been hearing that a lot. And I don't know why that's happening, but it happened to me with a couple of people I subscribe to also. And one, in fact, it took me completely off. You guys watch Nomadic Movement? I've been watching them. They are doing South America now. And it took me completely off. I had to resubscribe to them. So I wasn't getting any of their notifications and stuff. They're with Trent and Allie, and I was getting Trent and Allie's stuff, but not their stuff. So.
I think we're lucky to still be on YouTube. I put a thing for Glenn Beck the other night about socialism and on Facebook. I'm surprised I'm still on Facebook and still on YouTube. We'll see.
I remember that thing. He did a special.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. All right, guys, we got 6 more minutes. 6 minutes. So if you got any questions, you got to shoot them fast. Did my brother fix the grader, the bulldozer? Haven't been able to because it's been raining and he's gone this weekend, but we're going to get it done this week. Now your voice is not in sync.
Uh-oh.
See, you say something bad about YouTube or something and they throw you out of sync. Is it really still off, or is Doug D just messing with me?
Nope, you're out.
Am I? I guess we're out. Alright guys, well we're going to call it quits right here then. You guys, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, thanks, you guys.
We really enjoyed talking with you guys.
If you guys enjoy our talks, and you must because you're still here, be sure and give us a thumbs up too.
Yeah,
please.
give us a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe.
Yes.
And let's see, what else can we do? Hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
You actually have
Because
a better
YouTube
chance of
might-
getting to see whether
YouTube
we're
might
doing it.
arbitrarily take you off your notifications.
And remember what Bozo always says, always keep smiling. What did Pooh put up there? Show hide. What is that? You suck at what? At
What?
lip syncing. I suck at
Oh.
lip syncing. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching.